Hi, my name is Aman Verma. I have recently cleared law, B.A.LLB, from Symbiosis Law School, Noida. And post that, I was a little confused as to whether I should immediately get into practice or join a law firm. But then my heart was somewhat in policy. So this fellowship opportunity came up and I applied and I got through. And so that is how I ended up here. Since this was the first time IHS came up with the fellowships, of course, everyone is little bit skeptical about applying to a completely fresh course. So one of the main things which actually sort of like interested me in this program was when I went through the application process. The application process in itself was really interesting in the sense that we were asked to, the questions that were asked during for writing the essay and during the interview also, they related to issues that have always been, at some point, like always been at the back of my mind, or things I've always been thinking about constantly, things that happen, in the society, in the field of law, in the field of policy. So that entire course structure, and when I of course went through the actual module details, the course structure, I just decided, I think, like this is the thing I want to do, at least at that point of time. So I applied. Oh, I think certainly. Wonderful thing which happened during the course of this fellowship was like by introducing me to so many ways of thinking. Actually have been able to come up with a very, I'd say, a very important life decision, in the sense that I've decided that I'll enter into law practice, and this was not the case when I came here. Faculty here is just absolutely amazing in the sense because you don't just, I mean, it's completely different because you don't just, you know there are no textbooks. You have some really uh, provocative articles and essays that you read, that you write for your assignments, and then the way the faculty molds them in the class, they are just, the thinking, they just ensure that the thinking process never stops. The thinking process is always on. The ability to question things, the ability to think, what in cliche terms we call thinking out of the box, those kinds of things. They're just a constant here. They're not. They are the rule rather than the exception, as it is in most of the academic institutions of these days. There's a lot of rigor here, so for sure. But then of course there are always also times when when you're given the leeway. Then when you talk about immersion trips, oh my god, those were experiences, I think, of a lifetime. You never get to see a city in ways you get to see a city in immersion trips. And then of course you're always with the faculty, with your buddies. So it's, I mean, that process of thinking, of of making friendships, making bonds, it's, it becomes a process. There's no end to it. It becomes a means to live. The main primary reason which motivated me to take up practice was so that I could actually engage with issues which I encountered here during the fellowship, so that I could, of course, my understanding of a lot of issues became more intricate, more nuanced in those terms, and now I feel that I'm at least capable enough to get out in the field, and with that particular approach towards subjects, and apply it in my profession. So I think, IHS has been the main reason why I've been able to come to a decision. Uh, yeah. Assignments here are not the usual assignments you get. There's something really, they make you think. So if you do not, I would suggest that just keep your academic thing going regularly. Be regular in those things, and put as much effort as you can in all in your practicas, in all the in all the fields, in all the field visits and all the field studies which you're supposed to go through here, because that actually sort of brings your entire theory and your entire curriculum which you've studied to actually a level playing ground. Where you have knowledge of practice, as well as with a firm grounding in basic theory.